IELTS class. Welcome, Moni. Welcome, Nishant. Nice to see you in class on time. My name is Adrian, and I'm streaming to you live from beautiful Hungary here in Central Europe. I hope everybody has had a great week and is looking forward to a fantastic weekend. In this class, we are finishing a Task 2 essay. We will review the question, go over the introduction, and then we will write the body paragraphs and the conclusion today for that nice high Band 9 score. This lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS success. Definitely check us out there. For the general IELTS, visit us at ieltshelp.com. On both of our websites, we have lots and lots of fantastic materials for you. This is the academic website here with the blue background. You can click that big red button to join us there. And this is our general version of the website for General IELTS. Again, you can click that big red button to join us there. We are British Council IELTS Registration Center partners. If you're in Saudi Arabia, you can even register for your IELTS exam through contacting us. We're happy to help you. We're here for you. And you can, of course, ask us questions about the exam. If you have questions about IELTS or our products, just send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com. Pabsdo, long time no see. I'm happy you're in the class. Hi, Hassan. Hi, Lubna Rajveer. Nice to see you all in here. Welcome, David. All right, everyone. You can also order our practice exams from Amazon. Just search for AE Helps Academic IELTS or GE Helps General IELTS. So task 2 right now, followed by a listening part 3, part 4 class that everybody will be able to join in for the chat. And then tomorrow we will have a question and answer session for members. So lots going on in the world of IELTS today, especially with COVID interfering with the regular functioning of the exam. So I'm sure many people have questions. I will do my best to give you answers. We're always finding out new information as well. So tomorrow, members, get ready for some Q&A. And of course, we'll follow that up with some speaking part 2 for everyone. Okay, let's get into it. Members, get your introductory paragraphs ready. I will be asking for that in just a moment. So if you have to open that file on your phone or computer, get that ready. We will be sharing that in the chat very, very soon. I will first just go over the question so that everybody is up to par with us. So this was the question that we looked at yesterday, IELTS Task 2 writing. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. These days, more and more people are giving money as a gift on special occasions. Why is this? Do you think this is a positive or negative development? Include explanations and examples from your own experience, okay? So that's very important here as well. Now, we did some really clever planning yesterday to identify what is a gift, why people give gifts, how they give gifts. And we realized that really gift giving is about showing others that we care about them, we're thinking about them, they are special to us. And we realized that money isn't always the best way to convey or communicate this information. Okay, so money isn't the most thoughtful present that we can give to another person that we care about, especially someone that we care about deeply. So how did we come up with that? Well, we thought about our own context. And students, we didn't get into this yesterday, but when the question says, include explanations and examples from your own experience, it's a good idea to think about your experiences when you're planning the essay. So we thought about that yesterday, but I didn't connect it to the question. Okay, so the question kind of hints towards that. Now, I know, Bekjan, that you didn't send me that, but that's a part of this question. And here, we thought about that. So is money the best gift that I've ever received? Is it the most memorable gift that I've ever got as money? And we came to the conclusion that it's not. So we came up with our thesis statement, okay? We realized that money is not the best form of a gift. It's not a positive trend because it doesn't show caring and thoughtfulness. It lacks sentimental value. And we also realized that the reason people often give money is because it's convenient, okay? So here was the thesis, okay? For everybody watching, the thesis statement in any academic essay, but any good essay, is the sentence which tells your reader the direction of your essay and your argument. It's the last sentence of your introductory paragraph. Most students, maybe all students in Canadian, American, British, Australian schools learn how to write thesis statements effectively in grade 10, 11, and 12, okay? I still remember very clearly doing lots of exercises in my grade 10 and 11 English class where we were just focusing the whole class on writing thesis statements, identifying thesis statements, discussing thesis statements. I'm not sure how much that's a part of other education systems in India, in Russia, in Spain, and France, and in Argentina, but that's definitely a part of the education system in English class, English literature in the US, in Canada, and the UK. Okay, so practicing writing thesis statements. So you have to be able to write a good thesis statement. And again, one of the big mistakes many students make on the IELTS is they have very weak thesis statements, like this essay will discuss the following. Okay, that's like an introduction to thesis statements. You definitely want to do more than that. Okay. So this was our thesis statement here. The primary reason that many people opt to give money as a gift is because it is convenient. However, since cash lacks sentimental value, this is a negative trend as it defies the fundamental concept behind giving presents. Okay. So Ferdov says, no, I don't think we have any thesis statement practice in our literature classes. Yeah, so it's a different education system, right, Ferdov? So that's why I think a lot of students have trouble in IELTS Task 2 is because they don't have the same kind of lessons for essay writing. Of course, for the IELTS people, especially the academic, they don't care about that. They just want to see that level of writing or that type of writing. Okay. All right. So let's get into the introduction. Let's do this, and then we'll tackle the body paragraphs and the conclusion. So give me your hook statements, everyone. So the hook is a simple 8 to 12 word statement that includes the topic of your essay that catches the reader's attention. Okay. Murat Khan, welcome to our group of members. Send me an email so I can hook you up. And Murat Khan, Zenger, make sure to jump in and join the chat, okay? All right, Maksud for the hook says, nowadays gifting money has become more popular than ever before. Yeah, okay, Maksud, I think that works. That's, I think, the reason we have come up with this essay question in the first place, so I think it's good. It's simple, it's to the point, it's IELTS. You don't need to overthink it. Your goal is to get a high band score, right? You can write provocative masterpieces in university where you can change the way the world thinks, but on the IELTS, just concentrate on getting a high band score. And Maksud, that will suffice. That's enough, okay? Ferdov says, gifts create, save, proof millions of relationships every day. Okay. Gifts create, save, and prove. I don't know if proof for Dobbs, maybe. I would use prove, P-R-O-V-E. Millions of relationships each day. I would say strengthen for Dobbs. Gifts create, save, and strengthen millions of relationships every day. I think that's the most natural way for Dobbs. Strengthen and strengthen millions of relationships, okay? It's creative for Dobbs. Just make sure not to make mistakes, okay? All right, Rajveer says, nowadays people have more options to choose gifts than ever before. That's a really clever thesis statement, Rajveer. Yeah, it's another nice way to look at it is we have a lot of choices for gift giving, so why give cash, right? Rajveer, yours is clever because you're already making the reader think about the concept of why give cash or why give money when you have more choices of gifts than ever before in history using online shopping and so forth. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Hassan says the gift is a unique quality and can vary from $10 to thousands of dollars. Okay, Hassan, I think it's a bit kind of off the topic. You're making me think about the value of a gift, especially the monetary value. So you're going to have to be careful with that. Victor says, these days, millions of people give gifts in order to improve relationships. That's a good one, Victor. I like it. Boom. Nicely done. Rashika, it's looking a bit long. Many individuals prefer to receive durable items as gifts. There are various kinds of prizes that we receive in our lifetime. Lifetime, one word, Rashika. People protect their special prizes throughout their lifetimes. Yeah, I think, Rashika, it's a bit off. Okay, I would rewrite that. I see where you're going with it, but I don't think you're going in the right direction. Okay, and I think you have more than the hook there. You have also some of the background. Moni says, gifting is a sentimental tradition since ages ago. Moni, sentimental, S, not C. Not sentimental with a C, but with an S. Sentimental, like sentiment. Okay, not like centimeter, but sentiment. Tradition since ages ago, Moni. Ago, okay? Ago, in the past, all right? Abhishek, everyone adores getting presents. Having presents? Getting presents. Yeah, Abhishek, it's good. I would change having to getting. It's not a critical mistake, but I think getting is better. Everyone adores getting or receiving presents. Yeah, I think that'll catch the reader's attention. It's simple. It's elegant. I like it, Abhishek, right? Okay, simple is beautiful. All right. Sammy, that's looking long. Presenting gifts makes people very happy. That's a good hook. These presentations are different types, like giving articles, events, ideas. Everyone has their own choice of giving gifts to either loved ones or friends. Many individuals believe that giving money as a gift has many advantages. However, I think the negative impacts outweigh the positives. Sammy, that's your full introduction. It's okay. Okay, it's not bad. I would say, Sammy, that is altogether like a band 6.5, 7. No, I would say 7, Sammy. It's a 7. You get a 7 for that introduction, okay? You could make it better, Sammy. One way, for example, is just write a direct thesis, Sammy. So however I think the negative impacts outweigh the positives, where are you going with it? It's unclear for me. Tell me, what are the negatives? So however, I think the negative impacts of not being sentimental outweigh the positives of convenience. Something like that, Sammy. So give me direction as a reader. Otherwise, it's kind of like, now I have to read more to even get an idea of what you're saying. Okay. Lubna says, gifts are always a symbol of love and affection. I like it, Lubna. I think that's good. Okay. And then Lubna continues, Hassan, Rajveer, everybody else, go ahead and include your background now and your thesis as well. So let's see the rest of it, and I'll let you know how you're doing, okay? Just like Sammy and Lubna are doing here. So Lubna says, everyone has different ways of gifting. Some people prefer to give valuable objects, while others give cash. These presents have a significant impact on the recipients, and hence must be thought of carefully. Very nice, Lubna. You will see, Lubna, that your background is quite similar to mine when I show it to you. So Lubna, if you have a good thesis, because I don't see your thesis, but with your hook and your background, Lubna, you are on path for a solid band 8 essay, maybe even more if you do a good job on the rest of the essay. Okay, so that's a good hook background, Lubna. You're going to see that yours is quite synonymous with mine. All right. Joseph says, the art of gifting has changed a lot in the last decade. Yeah, Joseph, I would say the last decades. So not just in the last 10 years, but in the last 40, 50 years. So maybe even the art of gifting has changed a lot in the last half century. I think since the 1970s, people really, since consumerism became much more prevalent, it has changed a lot. Okay. All right. Junmai. Oh, that's super cool, Junmai. I really appreciate that. Wow, Junmai, thank you. You just put a smile on my face, and I really appreciate that. So, Junmai Patel just made a super chat donation, 40 rupees, and says, I got band 7 overall. Thank you so much. Junmai, you're super welcome. Junmai, if you send me an email, I would love to put your testimonial on our website. So, thanks for coming back and sharing. It's fantastic. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at these backgrounds. Ferdovs says people give items and services to others without expectation of payment in return for special events like birthdays, weddings, and other celebrations to show love, friendship, solidarity, and gratitude. For Dobbs, it's a nice background. Again, it's good that you're pushing yourself in these classes to test yourself. In the real IELTS, make sure you stick to sentences and words that you're 100% sure are used well in context, okay? For Dobbs, don't use the word anything. Remember I said avoid words using thing, like something, anything, thing. So those are very low quality words without the expectation of payment or compensation in return. Okay. So anything, it's kind of like what thing? I mean, I expect a smile when I give somebody a gift. So I know we say that in everyday colloquial language for Dobbs, but in writing, we want to be as professional as possible. So we stay away from words like anything. Okay. All right. Rajveer says they opt to give objects, events, ideas, and money as presents to their loved ones to celebrate special occasions such as birthdays, anniversaries, and festivals. This is a crucial decision for gift givers to express their true care and consideration for the recipients. Beautiful background writing, Rajveer. That's how you get an 8 to 9 band, okay? So that's definitely in the 8 to 9 band category as long as you keep going with that level of vocabulary, coherence, information. That's what it takes, okay? All right, you're welcome, Lubna. Okay, Victor says gifts are objects, events, and services that are given to a loved individual without expecting any compensation, period. We don't need in return because compensation, we know, Victor, is that. Good, Victor, you're smart. You're using the planning, right? So we have the information from the planning yesterday to write the background, so we don't have to overthink this, all right? Abhishek says these days, taking and giving gifts has become a common practice around the world to show concerns, emotions through gifts. Abhishek, I don't think it's just these days. I think we've been giving gifts for thousands of years to show concerns, emotions. So careful with content, okay? Even though a lot of people offer presents as cash to save time and energy, I believe that this is a negative impact on the recipient because it lacks sentimental value. Abhishek, good. Abhishek, be really careful. Even though, together with however, it's dangerous. So, Abhishek, although you have good word use, because of the confusing grammar, even though with however, and the confusing content of these days, gift giving is common as opposed to what not common in the past. This kind of writing would be no more than a band 6, okay? So if you fix those, you can get 7.5. If you don't fix those, you're down at a 6, all right? So it's quite tight. It's quite strict at those higher band levels, right? David says, since receivers may feel attracted to many items around them, gifters in many cases prefer to avoid taking time to decide what can be suitable for them. Okay, David, I think you're more into the explanation of body paragraph 1. Okay, you're explaining convenience. So I think you're a little bit too far down the essay, David. Okay. All right, so here's my introduction, and then let's get cracking on those body paragraphs. Now, for the body paragraphs, I'll move around reading your comments, so try to be fast. Okay, I'll pick out different people at different times, but I'd really like to get through the body paragraphs and get to the conclusion today. So lots of feedback on the introduction, because in the introduction is key, members. If you have a good introduction, then you are on path to a great essay. If your introduction is weak, it's really hard to save the essay. Okay, it's like a race. If you start really badly in a race, it's really hard to save. I guess a good way to explain this is like gymnastics. Okay, everybody knows what gymnastics when people are doing flips and cartwheels and all different kinds of elegant and extravagant moves, or a dance competition, or ice skating, figure skating competition. If the figure skating competitors fall at the very beginning, or the dancers make a bad move or fall at the very beginning of the dance, it's really hard to save their show and the points. So you have to have a good start, okay? Just like in an essay. So the introduction is super important. Okay, so here is my introduction. The hook. The tradition of gift giving has been a part of humanity for millennia. Okay, it's kind of like if you're reading a book on the traditions of gift giving, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 words in this case. So the tradition of gift giving has been a part of humanity for millennia. Now notice here, I'm showing the examiner right away, along with my hook, that I'm able to use the present perfect as well, has been a part of. Okay. All right, and then the background, the altruistic presentation of an object. Remember this word altruistic? It means to give without wanting compensation, right? So all of that information is in here. The altruistic presentation of an object, event, or an idea to show caring for others is an essential ritual among relationships, especially on unique occasions like anniversaries and birthdays. Each gift has a unique impact on the recipient's thinking and feeling. So that's my importance of this question, right? Why are we talking about this? Because when you give a gift, you create an effect on the recipient's emotions and thoughts. How did I think about that? Well, I thought about myself. When somebody gives me a gift, I get some kind of a feeling. I'm happy. I'm super happy. I'm so happy I start crying. I'm kind of upset. I'm insulted. So there are feelings that are created, and also thoughts like, wow, this person really considered my likes and dislikes, or wow, this person really remembered what I was talking about last month when we were in that shopping mall, right? So I'm thinking about these, okay? And then comes the thesis. The primary reason that many people opt to give money as a gift is because it is convenient. However, since cash lacks sentimental value, this is a negative trend as it defies the fundamental concept behind giving presents. Okay, so that's my introduction. Of course, I can always make it better. Even this isn't perfect, but it would definitely get me that band 9 in the essay. Okay, so my body paragraph 1 now is the reason that cash is given. Okay, so here I get into my details, and I already have lots of information for this. Okay, so body 1 starts, of course, with the topic sentence. The topic sentence is a deeper definition of my thesis point 1. And my thesis point 1 in this case is the convenience of giving cash. Or the reason cash is given is because of its convenience. Okay. So here, write your topic sentences. Okay. And again, this shouldn't be too difficult because we already discussed what we mean by this convenience. Okay. So that would be my topic sentence. Okay. Again, try to be nice and fast. Okay. Let's see what you've come up with. And then we'll compare. Okay. All right. Looks like some of you are preparing. That's fantastic. Okay, so David, here, if I reread what you wrote, notice it almost works for your topic sentence. Since receivers may feel attracted to many items around them, gifters in many cases prefer to avoid taking the time to decide what can be suitable for the receiver, right, David? So if I reread, I think that was your background. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if I reread that, it actually fits quite well for the topic sentence in this case. Do you notice that, David? So when you write essays and when you practice them at home, it's a good way to think about what you're doing, asking yourself, would this actually be better for my topic sentence? And sometimes you realize that, no, this sentence is better for my topic sentence. I'm missing something here, right? So for Dov says, it is vital as nowadays people have weaker relationships due to hectic schedules. Okay, for Dovs, a little bit confusing on the message, but I kind of get what you're saying. Just rephrase it. I like how you wrote that quickly though, okay? That's good. Rajveer says, providing money as a gift is arguably a smart choice as it saves time and energy. Yeah, instead of the word smart choice, Rajveer, I would say it's a practical choice. Okay, so I would use this collocation instead, practical decision or practical choice. Okay, it's kind of like a logical and simple decision. Okay. So that's what I would go with, practical. Victor says, many people try to give money as a present for others in order to save their time and energy. Good, Victor. Don't repeat the word people. Instead, use the word others, right? So avoid word repetition. Okay, good. Lubna says, due to overwhelming schedules, individuals often find it easier to give away cash as a present as it does not require much thinking and effort. Very good, Lubna. Okay, very good. All right, nicely done. Fantastic. Let's go on to the explanation. Okay, now explanation, always think about, okay, how, why, and quantitative information. Okay, so numbers, all right? So again, numbers, okay? So think numbers, all right? I'm going to write my explanation. Start writing your explanations, and then again, I'll try to catch different people so that we can compare and come up with some really great content for our body paragraphs here, okay? Okay. So here is my explanation. Hopefully some of you have come up with a similar idea. Okay, again, if you're thinking about this, you will come up with this. All right, so here's mine. I'll read mine first this time and then read yours. So throughout the year, people are tasked with finding presents for dozens of occasions like birthdays, graduations, and New Year's, to name a few. It can take many hours to consider each person's, each person's needs and wants, and then procure means to go and buy, the gifts from physical or online stores. All of this trouble can be avoided by simply putting $100 in an envelope with a nice congratulation card. Okay? All right. So clearly, this is a major motivation for people to gift money. Okay, so again, tying back to the original question, right? What are the reasons people give money? All right. Okay, so let's see what you have. Sammy says people can just donate cash as gifts to recipients without going shopping and searching for different items. Selecting gifts may not satisfy neither the giver or the taker. Not only that, but it also saves time. Sammy, good ideas. Add some numbers, right? So people can just donate $100 as a gift to the recipient without going shopping for 10 hours and searching for different items. Notice how, Sammy, I just added a couple numbers, $100, going shopping for 10 hours, and it's making the essay sound so much better, right? It has such a stronger impact on the reader because we can all familiarize ourselves with numbers, okay? So I just added two numbers to what you wrote, $100 and 10 hours shopping. Just added two numbers and I bumped up your score by half a band, okay? So make sure to do that, maybe even more than half a band, okay? Quantitative language is very powerful. All right. Jyoti, there you are. Gifting cash as a gift also enables the recipients to buy their needed items. Okay, Jyoti, review the video. You have some good ideas. Review the videos to see where we're going with this essay. Okay. David says, in order to save time and energy, simply gifting $100 is the most convenient solution rather than going to the store with that $100 and buying a microwave and then carrying it to the wedding as a gift. So David, something like that, right? Almost going into an example here, all right? Ferdov says, working 12 hours a day and being tired, most people opt to give $100 as it prevents them from spending 3 to 4 hours in shopping centers and their batteries are safe energy. Okay, so prevents them from spending 3 to 4 hours in shopping centers and using their last bit of energy, okay? Victor says, instead of going to shops, purchasing gifts for birthdays, weddings, and festivals, people give cash as a gift. It helps them to save their valuable time and energy, which are important for their own problems. Okay, Victor, that's a good topic sentence, but it doesn't explain the how does that happen. So how do we save time, okay? Hassan says individuals can give money as a gift, and this saves hours of thinking when people want to buy presents, as well as what types of gifts or surprise they have prepared for the recipients, while gifting money can take only a fraction of minutes to decide the amount they want to gift. Very good, Hassan. Nice writing. Okay, Lubna, good writing. All right, an example. Okay, so here, give an example. Now, again, everyone, remember that for a great example, so again, to go for a high band, so a band 9, you really have to think carefully about your example. So the original question says, include explanations and examples from your own experience. So here, you should take some experience that you had either giving or receiving money, which saved time. Quite possibly giving here might be the better choice when you gave somebody some money. Okay. And then think about how this example may also be useful in your next body paragraph. So body paragraph 2, where we explain that this is a negative trend because it doesn't have sentimental value. So think about that and think about how you might be able to come up with an example that you can also use in your next body paragraph, okay? Because having a good example that's used in both paragraphs will also help create coherence. Your essay will flow better and you'll have more connection, okay? So do that. And of course, you can just come up with it. It can be completely from your imagination. It doesn't have to be a real situation that you experienced, okay? Rather, it's more important that it's something you can use in both of your body paragraphs. Okay? So, so I'm going to write my example, you write yours, and then we'll compare it, okay? So, all right, so here's my example. So for my brother's last birthday, I simply had no time to do shopping, so I transferred him $200 as a gift instead. And this only took me 3 minutes of my time. Okay. All right, now I'm going to finish this with a connecting sentence. Okay. Okay. Although this was convenient, I was not satisfied with my choice. Okay. So that's how I'm going to connect to my next body paragraph. All right. I see some other examples came up. Rajveer says, I recently transferred 2,000 rupees to my close friend Rahul's bank account as a Diwali gift in just 50 seconds using my smartphone. Okay, Rajveer, good. So you're thinking very similarly to me, all right? David says, last year my wife and I received mostly money for our wedding, which I think was the most feasible solution for most of the attendees. Okay, David, good. I can see where you're going with that, right? And I bet you're going to come up with a special gift that someone got you for your wedding, which was a lot more memorable. So very good. Okay, you're on the right track. So stay with the wedding. Good. Sammy says, last Friday, my friend got married. I just donated a couple of rupees as a gift. Through this, I could avoid going to shopping during COVID, which was safe and saved a lot of time and energy. Okay, Sammy, good. All right, I like how you're being very original, bringing a little bit of COVID in there as well. And I'm curious to see where you're going to go with this. Maybe you'll realize that although I could have thought more about what he needed and stayed safe at home and ordered a special vacuum cleaner through online and had it delivered to them, right? So you can avoid COVID and shopping malls and still give people gifts with online shopping. Okay, so, but I can see where you're going with it. Very good. All right, nice. I can see some more sentences coming up. Rajveer finishes the paragraph by writing, however, this way of gift giving does not reflect the true essence of the giving culture. Sure, Rajveer, that works. Or you can even be specific, Rajveer, to your example. You can say, however, my choice of gift giving does not reflect my genuine connection to my friend. Okay? So you can do it like that. Okay? Murad Khan, there you are. Awesome. So, for example, setting out to buy a gift in a shopping mall, teaming with people could be an unsurmountable burden, especially ones whose job is fully to require being in emergency service or taking care. Okay, Murad Khan, I'm not exactly sure where you're going with it. Try to have more clarity. Okay. The other important point, Murad Khan, is you don't have to write for example. Okay, if you have a good example that connects to the information that's relatable, you don't actually need to write for example. Notice how a lot of the students, and myself included, I don't write for example. I just write for my brother's last birthday. This example in brackets, just so you see where the explanation is separated. Okay, but when you have a good example, you don't need to write for example or for instance. Okay, because the example itself clearly connects. Okay, so clearly this is a major motivation for people to gift money. For my brother's last birthday, I simply had no time to do shopping, so I transferred him $200. This and this connects very strongly, doesn't require for instance or for example. Good writing won't need that kind of wordiness. Okay, but great, Murat Khan, I'm happy that you're on board and you're in the lesson. That's fantastic. Okay. All right, everyone. So, oh boy, these classes sure move quickly. Okay, so I'm going to just start typing my body to and my conclusion here. We've got about, let's say, 10 minutes, 12 minutes to go here, right? So I'm going to write the body and the conclusion in that time. Do the same, okay? So just start typing as best as you can. Topic, sentence, background, conclusion, and I'll reflect on the chat, and I'll try to catch as much as I can and give feedback while completing the essay. Okay, so remember, topic, sentence, it's a negative trend. Okay, so okay, let's see what you're coming up with. Rajveer says there's an absence of caring and thoughtfulness when money is given by individuals as a present on special occasions. Good. Hassan says the negative side of giving money as a gift is that it lacks sentimental value for both the giver and the receiver. Very nice, Hassan. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So keep going, students. I told you I'm going to take a look. Okay, so let's see what you have. Abhishek says, nevertheless, I believe providing gifts without caring and sentimental value does not strengthen the bond of relationships. Good, Abhishek. A little correction at the end there. David says, conversely, gifting a selected object directly reflects the sentimental liaison between individuals. Very nice use of the word liaison, David. Liaison is the quality of the relationship between two parties, right? So very good use of the word liaison, David. David says, even though choosing the perfect present can take a long time, this is an effort that givers decide to make because they want to offer the best possible gift. Very nice, David. Very nice writing there. Fantastic, okay? Of course, there are presents that are perdurable in time. Going back to my wedding last year, the most relevant present that I received was a simple computer that I wished to have previously. My friend Mike knew it and decided to make it a reality. Very nice, David. Yeah, a computer for the family that you and your wife can use. Brilliant, okay? That would be a very thoughtful present. Absolutely. Okay. This is what I wrote for my second body paragraph. Simply put, giving money to others does not satisfy the true intent of presents for special occasions, as cash does not reflect thoughtfulness or caring towards the recipient. Money is simply a tool used to buy objects and services, and people know that little effort goes into the process of giving $100 on a special occasion, especially when compared to a thoughtful item where the giver has considered the personality and conversations they have had with the recipient and take a few hours to search for that perfect gift. In fact, after seeing, let's make a correction here, review and revise. After seeing the disappointment on my brother's face for simply giving him money for his birthday, I decided that I would go out and buy him a nice Apple Watch that he had had his eye on for quite some time. Okay. Now the conclusion. So, conclusion. In conclusion, okay, so this is my conclusion here. In conclusion, giving money is an easy and quick solution towards giving presents to others, but it is a bad trend because it does not create the desired results of this ritual. Therefore, I think that people should take a few hours out of their busy schedules to consider the right gift and then buy and present it. At the end of the day, relationships matter much more than a few dollars in an envelope. Okay, so that's my conclusion. Let's see what you've come up with. Okay. So again, lots of visualization there. Lubna says, most people are aware of the fact that money which comes in the form of presents is just given to complete the formality, and most of them are not happy with it. Very nice, Lubna. That could fit really well in your second body paragraph, or that could actually fit well in your conclusion as well, Lubna. Okay. Sammy says, giving cash as a gift affects individuals sentimentally because the recipient feels that money is mechanical and it does not show true love and affection. Very good, Sammy. Okay. Don't use contractions, Sammy. Doesn't, does not. Okay. Victor says, giving money for special occasions is not memorable for recipients, and after some period of time, people forget this gift. Yeah, it's very true, Victor. Most of us just forget about money. People go, oh yeah, that guy gave me $50 on my birthday once. I remember now. Yeah, but we usually forget those. It's not the same as having a nice candle holder or something sitting on your shelf. Then you go, oh yeah, I remember who gave that to me. Okay. All right, Hassan says, after that, I felt my brother's disappointment for the money that I had given. I decided to buy him a new PS game that he was always talking about. When I gave him the game, my brother was over the moon. Very good, Hassan. Exactly. Yeah, way to get the over the moon idiom in there. Okay, Victor says, in conclusion, people gift money as a gift to save their time and effort. However, this is a bad idea to do because it does not show caring. I strongly believe that individuals have to spend their time to express their affections towards others. Very nice, Victor. That'll work. Good job, Victor. You're really improving, and you've come a long ways since you've joined these classes, so good for you. Okay. All right, welcome aboard, new members. That's it for today. We got it done. Roughly 300 words, I think, from the top. That's all we need. Now, again, I would revise this before my final version. Always at home, take an hour to go over your essay, fix mistakes, change information as needed, and just make it really perfect. So when you get into the real IELTS, then you can produce these high-quality essays quickly. Okay. All right, everyone. aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Lots of essay examples there, and lots of help with writing from professionals as well as speaking, practice exams. glshelp.com for general IELTS. And I will be back in 30 minutes with listening parts 3 and 4, some practice and some strategy for that. So hopefully everybody will join me. That will be an all chat class. Everybody can join the chat there. You're very welcome, Maksud. Good job, Rajveer, in the class. Good job, Sami. Victor, Abhishek, nicely done. Murat Khan, thank you for joining. Make sure to send me an email so I can hook you up with your perks. Have a fantastic break and see you soon.